Alright guys, welcome back to Kids Coding Playground. So today we are going to continue our the center platformer scrolling platformer game. This time we'll probably work on the enemy, and then I think we might have one more episode for the item. So this is the main character I have so far. Let's see if I have all the code here. Yep, let me just kind of zoom in, just go over it a little bit. So these are the code for setting up the game here, the cleaning the list, resorting. This is detecting the sprite jumping, and then over here we have the hitbox moving, basically this main character, and then we have the platform detection here, and then also these are the code for the making the scrolling, doing the calculation here. And this is for the next level when the center made to the end where we see the igloo. Then the center jumps up, so that's what that's for. This is the starting the control. That's the kind of the main thing that starts kind of all the control for the other movement, jumping and all. So this is the movement. On the top here, I think that's the same, the reset. So this is the jump on this side. Okay. And then the movement control, if you guys miss anything, kind of pause the video, just kind of copy it down, make sure you get all of them. Okay, and then we have the animated character. That's the animated character code. I think I already explained what this means, using the counter, making the animated character slide and all that, and then the jumping and running. This is the ground. So the ground your might be different, so basically just whatever how many ground you have. So I have 8 ground, so that's why I have 0 to 7 here. Basically 0 times 480 will be 0, so it starts at 0 0 and then it goes like another 480 480, keep on stitching up the ground. Okay, make sure you have this at the end to hide it. Okay. Same thing for the virtual ground, very similar to the ground. So, but the virtual ground, we go to the back layer, okay? And then you have the background scrolling. So background scrolling, we use a division here, making the scroll a little bit slower, okay? We have the spike. So this is like the spike if you like to put onto your game, where you want to clone it. And I think that's about it. And we have the mute sound. So sound is where we jumping, getting hit, or falling off the water. And then the igloo. The code is to just broadcast the next level when it touch the main character, basically going from level 1 to level 2. So now let's go on and work on the enemy. So the enemy is going to be a little bit complicated. So let me just trash this code here. I have some code earlier, we were doing some testing. Okay, so we're gonna drag some of the stuff from, let's say, this one, this spike to the enemy, and then we're gonna work on it. So we're gonna get the reset. So we always need that. We need the setup. Okay, we need the placing the clone at. We need to place the position. We don't need the moving ground, so we're gonna use another thing, and then we're gonna use when I start as a clone. Okay, so let's kind of spread this out a little bit. So we're gonna have to code all this out, so it will not be exactly the same. We're gonna have to make some changes to the code. Okay, so let's see. So far, you can put your tiger anywhere, doesn't really matter, right? We were just doing it earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, don't need that. We're going to make the tiger rotation left to right and then high. Okay, next we're going to look at the reset code. Delete the clone, that looks correct, and then we have the position, that is also correct. We're not doing anything much with that. So next we'll go on to the placing the clone and setup. So let me kind of move this thing around a little bit. We're gonna work on these things later, these two. So these 3 on top is good so far, they're good. Okay, so these 3. So I'm gonna work on this placing the clone. So I'm gonna change it out a little bit, and also gonna have to change out some of these things. So right click, say edit. Here we are going to add more. We're going to add a label. Okay, gonna call it distance. So adding a label, you can actually easier to see if you want to add the label for your game, for your variable. If you don't want to add the label, it's fine, doesn't matter. Just try to add a label. So label is just kind of like before the variable, you can tell what it's about. Distance. And you can say next, you can add the next label. So speed. Then you can add it, speed. And then add one more label, type. And then we have the variable type. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Okay, and then we are gonna work on it. Okay, so before we go, we're gonna make the variable for the monster. Okay, so we already have this x and y, which is for this sprite only, right? For the enemy. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna rename this. Okay, I'm gonna rename everything with monster in it, so that's gonna be easier to see. Okay, monster X. I'm gonna go capital X here, camel case. Rename this one monster Y. Okay, so we have the monster X, monster Y. What we're going to do is we're going to make more variable for the sprite only. Monster animation. Make a new variable for the sprite only. Monster. I think I didn't use it, but you know, going forward, different game we can keep track of the monster dying or not. I think we might not need this. I didn't do anything with it. You know, like maybe another game we can like kill the monster and they die, then you need that. So let's not create it now. For my main game, I actually have it, but for teaching you guys, let's not have it right now. Instead of monster that, let's create monster distance. That is needed. Okay, monster distance. Okay, next, we're gonna use for this sprite only again. Oh, sorry. Monster distance counter. So this is going to use this counter, kind of like a delay. We're gonna count the monster moving, the distance, and then keeping track of that, how far it's gonna go. And then this is monster speed. So everything start with monster. We're gonna for the sprite only, okay? Then we're gonna make one more monster type. Okay. So I think we had all of it. Okay, so let's just take these guys out. Not showing up. Okay, even the G position we can move that away. Okay, all right, so let's go back to the monster. We have all the sprite here. Okay, so we're gonna change this up a little bit. We're gonna use an if and else statement here. Put that here. Get the operator. Get the speed. Make it greater than 0. So what we're going to do is we're gonna make the monster either turn into the left or right based on the speed. So for this one, we're gonna make it point direction 90, and this is -90. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put this under here, and then remove this. I'm gonna use that later. So what I'm going to do is gonna use the go to. And we are going to go to the monster X and monster Y position of the monster. Now we are going to set up the variable. So set up monster distance. Okay, so we're gonna grab this, drag this here. Okay, duplicate this. Monster speed. So you can make this monster go faster or slower, you know. Okay, duplicate that, and then we have one more monster type. Okay, grab this. Okay, and then we're gonna have another one, monster distance counter. We're gonna reset to 0, and we don't have monster dead. I don't need that, so let's go on to the next one. Make it go to front layer, show, and create this clone. Okay, so this is what I have so far for the placing the clone down. Okay, let's work on the setup. Next to it we have setup. I think I'm gonna move this out a little bit. So setup or level 1, where you want to put the monster at. Okay, I already have the coordinate down, but what you can do is you're gonna have to, you know, find your coordinate where you want to put the monster. So for me, I have putting it 400 and then -20. So for my first tiger, and the distance I want him to travel is 75. This is kind of like a delay counter that we're gonna use, and the speed is 5, meaning this monster is going to travel 5. And 2, this is type 2 monster. So for me, I have, you see how this monster, so type 2 is the running the white tiger, so type 1 is the yellow. So if you have more monster, you can actually create more and put your custom here, and then you can actually create, you know, different monster for your level. Okay, so for my example, I only show the white tiger and the yellow tiger, so that's all I had. But you can have many more. So let's say we want one tiger here and another tiger somewhere at this position. Oh, 1, 3, 4, 5, and then this is I said -80, so that means he's lower on the ground. So 120, I think it was up a little bit higher. So this thing, I want him to travel a little bit further. I will give like 150, and then I say monster 1, that means the yellow tiger. So for level 1, I have 3 tiger in my main game, so I'm just gonna put this position 200, 2800. This is the X position, the Y position, and then I put another one. This is 2, so meaning white tiger, yellow tiger, white tiger. Okay, for level 1. Okay. Okay, let me drag this, drop this, all this, delete all that stuff. And level 2, you can have different one. For my level 2, I also have it. I'm just gonna code it up for now. We can just take a look later. Okay. So for level 2, I have at this position -80. I made it 150 as the distance, 5 and 1. And then this one I made it as 2. I made 85 as a distance. You have to kind of try it. I'll show you what I mean later. And then this is I had it as 2150. So if your stages haven't gone too far, you might have to have it differently. Okay, so let's just for now let's have this as the one, and then I'll show you later what I mean. Okay, so we're gonna work on when I start as a clone. So I don't need this go to. What we're going to do is if it touch the main character, it's gonna die, right? So main character gonna, so same thing, make sure the main character is moving, not dying, and then if it touch it, it will play this sound, and then we're gonna mark it as hit. It got hit. Okay, so same code, very similar. Okay, so now we have this setup. Now what happened when we have the monster? Okay, so let's see, we have everything okay, seems like we do. So what we're going to do is not going to work yet. So if we're gonna start, you can see kind of like the tigers somewhere over here. You see these 3 tigers not really correct, right? It didn't generate the right tigers. Not it has 3 tigers, but it's not correct. You see, we want 2 white and 1 yellow, right? It's not correct. So what we're going to do is we're gonna have to animate the monster. So let's go on to the go back to the main character. Okay, so in the main character, so go look for the start game. So let's go over here. We have start game here. You see after the move ground, what we're going to do is we're going to get another broadcast message, put it in here, and we're going to make it called animate monster. Okay, so this will make the monster move and set up the correct position. Now go back to here. Okay, alright, so we broadcast the animated monster, right? So what we need to do is we're gonna have to set the position of this guy. So say when I receive animated monster, I'm gonna have to call this position block. Okay, and then we are going to use the operator, the minus, duplicate this, put one over here, and then we are going to use the X position, the monster X, minus the where's that scrolling X, and then we will use monster Y minus the scrolling. Okay, and the original game have the G scrolling. I don't think I have that right on the. Oh, I have speed. Okay, this is wrong. Need to get the scrolling right. Yeah, so I got the wrong one. So so many variables in this game. So just make sure you got the right one. So it's the scrolling, okay, not the speed. Okay, so monster X minus the scrolling X minus the Y minus the scrolling Y. So this is going to put the monster at this location. So let's try to run it for now. Let's see how it actually look. Does it even put the monster? You see, we have the monster tiger over there, but he's not moving. You see, he's not moving. But if we jump on it, we'll die and we'll go back to the beginning, right? And we lost one life. So this part of the code is working, right? Placing down the monster is working, but it's not moving. So we want to make the monster move, right? We don't want the monster to stay. Okay, so what we need is we're gonna have to do another block of this. So when I receive animate monster, okay, so here we are going to use some if condition. Okay, so grab this, go to the condition here. So get this if and else. Okay, and then let's grab this one, delete this clone, put that in the else block. Okay, get the condition here. Oh, okay, so let's just create this monster dead. Actually, I might need that because I'm actually using that in my game actually. So let's create monster dead. Okay, for this sprite only. So let's use that. Just don't want to complicate it, the condition here. So let's use it like that. We'll try next time another way. So let's put this. So if the monster is not dead, so it maybe later we can make it monster die. So you know, you can kill a monster, but for now we're gonna set up like this. So since we created a new variable, right, make sure you put this back over here. Sorry about that, guys. So here, grab this, just duplicate this one for now and select monster dead, say no. Okay, alright, let's go back over here. Okay, so if it no, so the monster when it creates is not dead, right? So it will move. Okay, grab this change, put it in here. Monster distance counted by 1. So what we're going to do is you kind of using a delay counter, keep going up, and then we're going to use it to check against the monster distance. Okay, so what we're going to do is if I get some if condition, put it in here, and then you're going to use the operator here. What we're going to check is going to check the type of monster. This monster type equal to 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to, for the first one, the monster one I have is a yellow tiger, right? So let's define a block. Yellow, oops, sorry, tiger. Okay, so select this, run without refresh, and then we are going to do it over here for now. So here we say change change the monster animation. Gonna use the divide symbol, make it a little slow here because we don't want this to go crazy. So we're gonna divide by 4, 1 divided by 4, and then we are going to use this switch costume. Okay. Then similarly that we're using the switch costume for the other one right before. So what we're going to do is use this floor. Okay. Okay, so grab this plus sign, put this here. Okay. Then we have to get this mod. Grab the monster animation. And then we're gonna mod 10 since we have 10 costume. So if you look over here, I have the yellow tiger up to 10, right? So 10 before I change to the white tiger. So we're gonna do mod 10, and then we're gonna put +1 since this is where I start at the first one. So mod 10 will be like the remainder of whatever +1. Okay. So and then we're gonna take the floor of that, meaning the lower number. Okay, if it's a decimal, then take the lower number. Okay, so put that into here. Okay, then and then we are going to say use the end condition, and then we're going to use the greater than, and then we're going to use the less than. Okay, and then we are going to get this costume. Use a custom number. We're gonna randomly put. I want to put something between the middle of it. So what I'm going to do is between 3 and 8. I'm gonna set the speed for the monster. Okay, monster speed. So we're gonna use the another operator here, a plus. Sorry, not monster speed. Sorry, monster X. Sorry. So we're gonna try to adjust the monster X. Actually, made a mistake over there. So use monster X plus the monster speed. So whatever that was set. So if you want the monster to go faster, I think we have 5, right? So it will try to adjust that position +5. So this monster, every time the costume go between greater than 3 and less than 8, will adjust the monster X position. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're gonna call the yellow tiger. So we don't have the white tiger yet. We'll do the white tiger later. Okay. For now, we'll just test with the yellow tiger, and then we're gonna get the if condition, put that under here, and then we're gonna use the operator here, greater than. What we're going to do is gonna check the monster distance counter. If the monster distance counter is greater than the monster distance, basically kind of like a delay, keep on going. But let's say you want the monster to travel, right? We were saying the distance is 475, right? After 75, what we want to do is we're gonna make the monster go backwards. So to do that, what we're going to do is say set monster speed. We're gonna use the operator multiply. So what we're going to do, we're going to multiply by -1. So if it's a positive speed going to the right, we're going to multiply by -1. It will become negative speed, so the monster will go to the left. Okay, so we're going to multiply the monster speed. Take that out. Okay, and then we're going to have to reset this because we're going to have to reset the counter back to 0, so that'll start again. So it will turn around and start running the other way. And then to make it turn around, use the pointing direction. What you want to do is you can use the negative sign actually here. and put 0, and then put the direction of the monster. So if it's going to the right, it will go to the left. If it's going to the left, it will go to the right. Okay, so we have the yellow tiger done. Now let's just check it out. So I think in the beginning I actually have the white tiger in my first game, but let's just try the yellow tiger and see how it works. Okay, so let's say we move over here, we should see a yellow tiger running. You see it? You see that? So this tiger will run. So he scratched me, I died. But anyway, you see this tiger running, right? So if you want the tiger to be somewhere here or something like that, you have to adjust it. So let's say you click on the mouse button, you have a 80 and -74, right? I think I already did. Actually, you need -80 to position the tiger to be on the ground. So let's say if I want the tiger to run between here and here, I might want to put it like somewhere, you know, here or whatever, right? So whatever it is, so let's say you want the tiger to be here, you can do like 180. You can try to change this, right? Whatever the position is. So now let me move back. So let's say I stop. Let's say I want to start again. Let's say I have my mouse here and I push the M. So let's say I want the tiger to be at this position. So let's say I want that. So let's say we will put it at 100, right? Set as 100, and then let's put it at -80. So the tiger will start running around here. So if I run this again, you see the tiger is running around this area. So if you want him to go further, right? Because I put 75 because it was on the top. Over there did not have much space, and I did not want him to run and pass the ground, right? So if you want the tiger to run more, right, you can put this to like, let's say 200 or whatever, right? 200. So now if I start it again, you see the tiger's gonna come back. He's gonna run farther away, so he might run through. You see him running through the thing. You do not want to do that, right? So you're gonna have to just try to adjust it correctly. I mean, I already adjusted, but you're gonna have to adjust the tiger correctly so that, you know, he doesn't run off the screen or whatever. Okay, so there you go. So really quick, we're gonna put back the same coordinates for the tiger that I had initially for my game. So I had it at 400 position, X, and -80 and -20, and then I had distance was 75. And then I had number 2 as a white tiger. So now let's work on the white tiger. I think we are already a lot of time, almost 30 minutes on this video. So let's finish this up real quick. Let me find my code. Okay, this is my yellow tiger here. Okay, so we're gonna create something similar. What we're going to do is we're gonna make a new block called white tiger. Okay, so run it without refresh. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this code, duplicate here. We're going to change this a little bit. So since you see my costume here, I have 10, and number 11 is where the white tiger start, right? So we're going to do mark 10 because 10 costume. Since inside 1 you put 11, and here earlier I was using 13 and 8. 3 and 8. We'll use 13 and 18. So somewhere within this costume, number 13 and number 18, we're gonna set the speed back, the monster speed set the monster's position with the speed. Okay, so now we have the white tiger. Now let's just test the game out real quick. Let me hide the mouse position for now. Okay, so let's put in a bigger screen. So let's see. So we had the first white tiger. So I'm lagging a little bit. I think it's because of the because I'm recording, I think. Let's see. There's some issue with my white tiger actually. Let's see, maybe I forgot to reset some variable. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I actually forgot to do this condition here, right? There's no white tiger. So don't forget to do that. Put this over here, put this back in here. Sorry about that. Throw this away. Call the white tiger here and call that number 2. Okay, so let's see now. Should work now. I forgot to call the code. Okay, so now let's test it out. So even though like when you're making the code, right, the first time you did everything right, but then you know when you're teaching it again, sometimes you mess it up. So you can see the white tigers here. That was my first one. I think I have one more over here. So here this guy runs a little bit further. You see, he runs further than the white one because his distance is 150. So as you can see, we have the tiger 2. I think there's one more white tiger somewhere here. See? So we put 2 or 3, right? So just depending on where you want to put. And then on the second level, I put the tiger at this position, I believe, somewhere here. See? So this tiger is running. So there you go. So this is the animating the monster for this tutorial. So you can see, right? So the first level I have 3 tiger at this position. This is the distance, this is the speed, and this is the type of the tiger, the enemy. Number 2, I have only 2, 1 at this position, 1 at this position. Okay, so this is pretty much all the code for the animating the what do you call it, animating the monster. Okay, so let's look at I'm just gonna scroll down and go around the code, let you guys pause down if you miss anything. Okay, just in case, because this is a little bit more complicated than, you know, like a spike or something like that. So okay, hopefully you guys understand it. And then this is the animating the monster, which is broadcast by the main character. Okay, and then this is making the custom switch custom for you know, making it look like it's running. Okay, all right, so that is it for this video. So next video we'll probably work on the items and other stuff, and then we'll be done. Okay, all right, if you guys like this video, please give us a thumbs up. That really help us out, and you know, that will push this video more to other people who are interested in learning Scratch and stuff. All right, thank you guys. See you guys next time. Bye bye.